I wonder if this game has multiple endings. Oh no! What? Oh, rip me. Oh, hopefully the missile goes off. So if I see one that looks human, that's not our friend, it's a trick.
Stop him, stop him. He's coming to destroy us. Stop him, stop him. He cannot be allowed.
Man. Lord of Tinder says I married a doll with 4 arms. Okay, me too, but why are we talking about Elden Ring?
Surrender. He cannot be allowed. Surrender. He cannot be allowed.
Oh, okay, I was not supposed to just keep running that way. God, I really don't like this part. It's like your guy's just having an acid trip, and you gotta figure out what's right and what's wrong within the rules of the acid trip to not die.
Destroy him. He's coming to destroy us. Destroy him. Stop him. He cannot be allowed. He's coming to destroy us. Stop him. He cannot be allowed. He's coming to destroy us.
Oh, hello.
If it's hostile, you kill it.
Thanks, buddy.
Destroy him. Stop him. Destroy him. He cannot be allowed.
Don't shoot Muck. I did not shoot Muck. I shot the other guy.
Coming procedure complete. Artyom, the missiles are in flight!
Okay.
A wise man once said, "He who leads a war for the love of his fellow men will defeat his enemies." I led my war protecting my family and friends, protecting my home, the metro. We had won. But to this day, I wonder, when we burned the Dark Ones from the face of the earth, was something lost as well?
Roy watching the current state of PvP. Okay. Well, we beat it! Hold on a sec, I have a button. Yay! I wasn't expecting to. I thought this would spill into tomorrow. Interesting. Alright. Okay, so there's different endings, right? We'll let this play out. I don't know if there's any more scenes. I'll go on YouTube and see if I can find the other endings. Well, let's talk about the game so far. So this is my first Metro game. What did I think about it? Bit janky. There was a lot of mistranslations. There was a lot of quests that were really confusing, like meet me behind the hotel, but I can't read Russian, so I couldn't read the signs on the buildings. There was no translations for signs, which made things difficult. They gave me the compass, but they never told me the compass doesn't point north. And it was chat that had to tell me that the compass is helpful for finding your next quest thing. I was told, like, I needed to recharge my flashlight. I didn't know how to do that. I had to hold F and spam left click in order to recharge the flashlight. In terms of, like, teaching the player how to play the game, this was really bad. It was really rough, you know? The bullets, for example, when you would go to, like, the shops and, like, be, trying to, like, trade stuff, like, the shop window was very bare bones. It gave almost no information. And, like, even guns, when you, like, it's like, do you want to swap this gun for that gun? It's like, I don't know, do I? Like, you couldn't see their stats or anything like that. You just kind of had to guess based on the picture and things like that. Storytelling, I'm kind of disappointed. The main thing I wanted to know in this game is how did the world get to be how it is? And they never said it. It's possible I missed a journal entry somewhere. I know I didn't find all of them, but we read all the ones that we found, and it never told me how these monsters came to exist. Why are there little rat monsters? Why are there flying monsters called demons? Why is the air above ground toxic? I have no idea. They didn't cover any of that. So I'm left wanting. Like, in terms of story, I'm left hungry for more, and I'm disappointed at how little I got from this. So in the end, the story was basically, guy lives underground, apparently all humans live underground, and he tries to get some humans to help him because his underground house is under attack, and so he goes and gets some missile codes and fires an old missile. And I was like, okay, it was kind of cool, it had some cool moments, but overall, yeah, I was kind of just like, that's it? It's essentially the Cold War going hot, everything's mutated by radiation. There's a cutscene that says when the bombs fell, and that's all you get about it in this game. Second game is worth playing. There's more boobs. What? If I wanted boobs, I would have turned off the filter on Dispatch. Millennials discovering Eastern Europe gaming. This is how things are done. A game will not teach you how to play it. I mean, that's not true. I played Atomic Heart recently. It actually had, like, a tutorial. Like, I'm not looking for hand-holding, you know? Like, I don't need the yellow paint. I'm just saying that, like, some things, like, here's a compass, and it's like, oh, okay. And then you find out it doesn't point north, and it's like, that's not a compass. That's yellow paint. You know, it's like little things like that. They're just never clear on it. Or like, it's like if it says recharge your flashlight, and I'm like, okay, I don't know how to do that. I'll go to the controls menu. It's not in the controls menu. It was hold F and spam left click really fast. That wasn't in the controls menu anywhere. So like, I don't mind if it is kind of vague on some things as long as it's in the options somewhere, but it wasn't. If you play Exodus and Last Light, it will do better. I think you'll enjoy Exodus the most and Last Light at least more than 2033. Maybe. Maybe. I read the book. It was super sad when the game came out and my mom didn't allow me to play it because I was 15 years old. 2033 is pretty bad. It's assuming you've read the books the game is based on. Possibly. Okay. Alright, let me... Hold on. Exit game. And it's going to take a second because it's a full screen mode title. That's another thing. I didn't like that it didn't have windowed full screen mode. All right, Metro 2033 Redux endings. All right, let's see what we got. I found a wiki. Shut up. All right. Oh dear God. Let's see. Destroy the Dark Ones. If Artyom does not obtain enough positive moral points for the enlightened ending, or decides to not shoot the guidance system, the Ranger ending will be shown. It simply ends in Artyom having faced and killed the Dark Ones in a mental battle, coming out of the dream, and sitting back to watch as Botanichevsky said, Botanical Gardens, is bombarded by missiles. The game ends with a short glimpse of Artyom's face as he watches the Earth being scorched for a second time. Artyom's monologue shows his conviction that he had destroyed the Dark Ones out of the love for his fellow men, yet is already beginning to doubt his actions. Spare the Dark Ones. If Artyom obtains enough positive moral points... What is a moral point? For the enlightened ending, then instead of allowing the guidance system on top of the tower to guide the missiles and ultimately destroy the Dark Ones, Artyom awakens several seconds earlier, and the players presented a choice. As Artyom comes out of the dream, a quote from Khan is heard, and he sees the Dark Ones lying below the guidance system, reaching for it, trying to stop it, all the while still repeating the message of "We want peace." The player then has about 20 seconds to make the choice in destroying the guidance system and to stop the missile strike. In it, the Dark Ones of the surface praise Artyom's wisdom and mercy. Artyom's own monologuing, giving hint as his own feelings of how war has already destroyed the world once, he was not ready to do so again. Concluding that the future of humanity and the Dark One stretches beyond them like an endless metro tunnel. This ending is no longer considered part of the Metro 2033 canon. Metro Last Light and the novel 2034 pick up after the Ranger ending. Oh, so I got the canon ending. Every time you do a good deed, you get a blue flash, like giving beggars premium ammo and such. Those are moral points. Oh, wait, like when I played the guitar at the beginning of the game? Do you want to know what moral points is? I mean, someone just said it. Okay. Wait, is that it? There's just... I guess it's just the two endings? There's Spare the Dark Ones or Destroy the Dark Ones. In the novel, Artyom realizes the Dark Ones are not as hostile as he had originally thought, and actually would assist humans in surviving the harshness of metro life, as they were, as the book says, someone who could help establish communications between their deaf and blind elder brothers with people. As the realization dawns on Artyom, so does the fact that he cannot do anything to stop the missiles, as they are a last thought going through his head. The Ranger ending is considered the canonical ending, as it is very similar to the novel. Okay. Okay, so one thing I'm unclear of, the Dark Ones. there was a lot of creatures we fought, right? There was the librarian gorillas, there was the flying demons, there was the dredge things, there was the little rat things, there was the spiders, there was the Nazis, and then there were the guys that would like you would see in your dreams and stuff like that. Is the Dark Ones all of those mutated things combined? Or is the Dark Ones just the ones that were like in your dreams? I don't know. In the books, the Dark Ones are kind of like the next evolution of humans. They're just those guys. They're a separate species. Okay. Alright. Weird. Okay. Alright, well, that was Metro 2033 Redux. It was alright. I found it to be alright. That's how I would classify that. Like, again, there was a lot of translation errors. There was a lot of weird controls that it didn't teach you how to use it, and they were also not in the controls menu. If it was just one or the other, it would be fine. Signs did not have translations, which led to confusion. There were some things it never told you, like the stuff with the compass. Swapping out guns was really confusing because it just showed like an outline and it was hard to tell. Unless I had you guys helping me, it was hard to tell like what was different about them and things like that. I would have preferred like a little box with like, stats and numbers and stuff like that. I don't know if the other games have that. And in terms of story, it left me confused because it did very little groundwork for how the world got that way. But it was fine. I'm sorry to the diehard fans. Like, I didn't hate it. I didn't love it either. It was fine, and there was a lot of little things that were annoying about it. Like it definitely feels like a game that was made like for I don't know, like maybe Russian, and then they translated it to English, and they did a crap job of it. And they just like forgot to bring over a bunch of the tooltips and explanations and stuff like that. That's how it felt. It felt like a terribly translated game. Let's face it, the game is 15 years old. This is the first game of the studio. Later they got better. I'm just giving it an honest review based on what I have seen. And I mean, I don't really think the age of a game is important for how good a storytelling it is, right? Like, I have played some old games with some amazing stories. It's just again, though, the thing here was like they didn't even tell it. Or they chose the story to just be centered around what this one guy, Artyo, could see, and it didn't go into anything else other than what was right in front of his eyes. It assumes that you read the book, suffers from terrible translation, and aged terribly as well. I don't know if it aged terribly, but I've already pointed out all the problems with it, but yeah, that was it. And once again, shout out to, I believe it was Like a Snail who gifted me a copy of this. He also sent me, if we choose to play it, I have Last Light Redux. Is Last Light the next one, or is Exodus the next one, chat? I'll need someone to tell me. I actually don't know. I have Last Light also in my collection. Last Light is the next game. Okay, all right. Let me take a look at the trailer real quick. Let me see what I think about it. And someone already told me that you played the same guy. I didn't read the books and I get it from the start. Well, good for you. Okay, look, hold on. Here's my thoughts. All right. Based on the first game, if I wasn't a streamer and I wasn't talking to you guys, I would be like, okay, A, people fired off nukes, there was nuclear war, and everything is just mutations. B, demons literally attack the planet. There is a portal to hell somewhere, and these are monsters from hell. Like, this is the end of days. Like, the people even called the flying things demons, so these are demonic entities, right? Like, based on what I know, either of those could have been easily true. Like, it could have just been missiles and radiation and everything mutated, or there is portals to oblivion. There's oblivion gates somewhere, and then, like, that's doing it. The opening cinematic explains the monsters. What opening? Okay, hold on a sec. What was it? Oh, I'm gonna relaunch the game, and I'm gonna start a new game and see if there's an opening cinematic. I'm genuinely curious if I'm just blanking and not remembering it. Inspired by the internationally best-selling novel... Okay, and I can't read the rest. Alright. Yeah, it's fine. I don't care.
The tunnel grew colder. Miller and I were close to the surface now. Soon, we would climb up into the howling wind to fight our way through whatever nightmares were waiting there.
Hey, Artyom. When you left your home station...
There's no intro cinematic. It just starts with you on behind the fat guy on the ladder. Yeah, you get dropped right into the game. All right. So there, maybe you're thinking of one of the other Metro games, but there is not one for 2033. So there is no backstory intro cinematic before the first game.
Rated M.
You can look it up on YouTube. I mean, I'm not sure how to answer that. If it does exist, like, why isn't it playing in the game? Because that's where you need it to be. Hang on a sec. Metro 2033 Redux intro cinematic.
I was born in Moscow, but I remember nothing of that time. I was just an infant when the old world was destroyed in flames of nuclear fire. I, along with 40,000 others, were saved by retreating to the metro stations deep under the city.
Bro, what the hell? Why did it never play this?
Now, 20 years have passed, and going up into...
That is infuriating. In 40 seconds, it tells me more lore about the world than the entire 8 hours I played the game.
The race of an endless winter was left to a few brave souls. The metro was our home, and our fortress against the nightmarish mutants who roamed the tunnels. Still, we never gave up hope that we would return to the surface. But one day, a new threat appeared, and we found ourselves in a war to determine the very existence of our species.
That is infuriating. Okay, dude, what? Is it like a Redux issue that they don't play the intro cinematic? I'm like so mad right now. Like, I thought they were just like they were just doing breadcrumbs and crap like that. That's the idle at the menu cinematic. What? I have never heard of an idle at a menu cinematic. Oh my god. Okay. All right. All right. That is infuriating. I spent like 30 minutes earlier reading every single journal entry in the game, trying to find scraps of what was going on, and it's all explained in a 1-minute YouTube video that wasn't even in the game. If you don't push any button on the menu after 1 minute, it autoplays. Terrible design. How many people are going to do that? Like, what percentage of the player base stare at a menu and don't press a button for a minute? That is terrible design. Okay, hold on. I want to see what's going on here. Alright, let me see what's going on with Last Light. Alright, this all looks familiar so far. So far, this looks like the exact same game. Dude, I even recognize these scenes. Hold on, am I on the right Steam page? I even recognize the scenes that are playing right now. The guy jumping with the knife, the demon coming at the doors while they close the doors. The trailer you're watching is for the Redux package that has both games in it. Okay, alright, that... alright, a little confusing here. Let me see if I can find one just for Last Light. Metro Last Light. Okay, what about this one?
Rated M for mature.
"2033 and its sequel, Metro Last Light, have earned their reputation as two of the most immersive first-person shooters of modern times.
This is for both again. Oh, friggin' hell. Okay, Metro Last Light trailer. God, even their Steam page sucks.
Rated M for mature.
Alright, let's see if this is it. Maybe you look for it on YouTube? Yeah, I just did. Okay, now are those supposed to be the first missiles that went off, or are those supposed to be the missiles that we fired going off? I'm guessing the first, because I saw people in an airplane. The watch thing is new. I don't... Like, he had a watch with a number on it. That's a new mechanic. Okay, that was a pretty good trailer. That did a pretty good job of showcasing the game. The other two were just more like, hey, buy both of our games, and I'd already seen one, so it was just confusing. I love Last Light so much more than 2033, and now I hate 2033 even more. The missile have been cross-cut with the missiles from the Dark Ones to show the parallels. Gotcha. The game definitely explains more about the overall backstory and origins, but you still miss quite a lot in 2033. Not by... I mean, like, I wasn't trying to rush through it. I was just playing it, and that was just the result of my play experience. I mean, like, if it's that easy to... I mean, like, it's like, friggin' the intro cinematic didn't play, man. I'm so bent out of shape about that. I'm honestly glad that someone was like, oh, there is one, it's on YouTube. But the fact that you saw me just start a new game and it didn't play, I'm like, yo, what am I supposed to do, you know? I just assumed it was this really vague breadcrumb story, and I had to earn finding what happened in the past. And no, it was 40 seconds into the intro that didn't play. Once you play all three games and finish Exodus, it's so rough going back to the first one. I couldn't finish Exodus. I prefer the underground setting. Oh, I'm guessing Exodus is more above ground based on what you just said. Even with the cutscene, it's not super well told. The first book's really good. The later ones didn't play so much. The game definitely explains. Redux does have its issues, but it's not exactly fair to say X game does not include an explanation to why when it very clearly does. But you did just see that I started a new game just now, and it did not play the intro cinematic. So I never got that explanation in my playthrough. I got it afterward while talking to you guys about it, and then someone pointed out that the cinematic was on YouTube. So they did make a cinematic. It didn't play, and that's a problem with the game design. That's a flaw that should be fixed. Probably won't be, because the game is already so old, but it's a flaw. Atmug, that with this cinematic is weird. I also remember distinctly the game explaining with on-screen hints how to charge a flashlight and having info during the quick time events. Yeah, and I had some people say that. Like, when I couldn't figure out how to charge the flashlight or use the compass, I had people in chat going like, oh, that's so weird. I remember a pop-up explaining this. I didn't get that. And maybe Redux was missing those. I don't know. I just reinstalled my game and the intro cinematic played right away before I could select a new game. You might have skipped it by accident. Any key will skip it after the splash screen. So you're saying the very first time you open it, it plays, but then it never plays again, even when you start a new game. Okay. I accept that it's possible I could have skipped it if that's the case. I don't think I would have. I usually, when I open the game, I don't press anything, so we see the starting cinematics, but I still say that's bad design. It should, like, if you miss a cinematic, some games, if they do that, they'll have a button on the main menu that says, like, replay cinematic, It shouldn't be like, oh, if you missed it, too bad, go F yourself. It doesn't play on new game, it plays on new install. Yeah, that's that's silly. I do accept that the intro cinematic definitely explains some stuff I wish I had known. I'm just saying the way they implemented it was silly. Let's see. It only plays at first boot. Weird. There are multiple threads about it, not just mine. Intro cinematic aside, you have about an hour of recorded NPC dialogue, which goes into brief detail. You also missed about 10 or so notebooks. Yeah, I mean, again, like, you're comparing my experience to a 100% run. And yeah, I missed some notebooks because I was just playing. I was just going through it. And I got I picked up every book I found, but I didn't find them all. Let's see. Muck fishing for breadcrumbs, not knowing what's going on. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, based on my experience, like, it's okay. Based on my experience, it's okay. There are some things that I didn't agree with, and there's some things that, as someone who's played thousands of games, I feel like if they ever felt the desire to, they should go back and fix it. Like tooltips not popping up when, if you're playing the game in English, if you look at a sign that's in Russian that you need to be able to read, it should show a subtitle, just like Chronos the New Dawn did, which we played recently. So there needs to be translation for that. Some of the translations for the journal entries had terrible grammar and were hard to read, so those need to be, like, have another look over. The thing with the intro cinematic was another thing. Some tooltips would be nice for, like, equipment to be able to compare items, but that one I could accept as not a flaw, but a design choice that I don't agree with. And just stuff like that. Oh, there was also, do you guys remember the scene where we met the kid? And he's like, Uncle, please wake up. No, you stay away. Mom said don't talk to streamers. Oh, he's dead, isn't he? Oh, man. Oh, you've got a gun. Okay, you take me this way now. And he gets on your shoulders. The kid went through all the stages of grief and acceptance in like 5 seconds and kept interrupting himself with his dialogue and just talked over himself. And it was like there was no pacing at all. It was like he went through 5 minutes of dialogue in 10 seconds. And then it was like it was a problem with like the implementation with the audio files or something like that. So there was definitely some. It was like you could tell the game was made at one point in maybe for like console or maybe for Russian, and then it was moved to PC or it was moved to English, and there was just a lot that went wrong. But again, I'm not like trying to bring the game down. I'm just trying to give you guys my honest feedback after my playthrough. That's it. But yeah, that was it. Once again, thank you to Like a Snail who gifted us a copy of this. Maybe we'll try Last Light tomorrow. We'll see. I didn't expect to finish this today, so I'll be looking through the game options for something to start tomorrow. But it's just a few minutes early, but I'll just wrap it up here. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you guys enjoyed the playthrough, at least somewhat.